Okay, before we move on to the last few pages in this chapter to finalize this entire chapter, what I want you to do is go back into Premiere Pro and zoom out on your timeline. This is probably a good view because I can see where I put the keyframes in here, especially in this area where they go up and down. And for part one of your homework, you do two different screenshots for sure. One is showing me this, and after we do the next few pages in the book, this whole audio track 2 and 1 and 3 is going to disappear, and we're going to be replacing it with one single track of all the audio. So while we still have the option to see this work, I want you to do a screenshot. So something like this. There's the snap, wait for it. So hopefully you got the idea of what I took a picture of. Basically, I was getting a screenshot of this area right here. So make sure you do that before you proceed with this part of the book video, because we're going to be changing that out. Okay, go back into Audition, please. And we're now going to do the final multi-track mix. So to reiterate, applying changes to the whole entire track affects the entire audio output of the track. We're going to be applying effects to the music track as well as to the interview track, and then we're going to apply an effect to the overall master track, which will affect the output of everything. So to start, we're going to select Audio 2 up here. Remember, Audio 2 was the music instrumental version. And we're going to go into Effects, and then we're going to come down to Filter and EQ, and we're going to go with the Parametric Equalizer. This is going to open a window. This is called the rack effect. I'm moving it right here. And again, we are not studying audio mixing, so we're just going to do what they're telling us to do and understand that it's a setting that's best for music, whereas the one we applied to the audio track 1, the spoken word, is better for spoken word. So you can certainly spend a lot of time and get a whole degree in this, for example, up at Green Bay at NWTC. Actually, a friend of mine teaches this audio program, so it's a whole 2-year degree on audio mixing. So we are here. In the presets, up here at the top, we have some that would be best for if this were acoustic guitar or if this were rap vocals or whatever. We're going to set this to the loudness maximizer, and notice how a few points were changed here. This preset will boost the low and high frequencies, leaving the mid-range frequencies unchanged, and the part that's unchanged, the 100 to 4 kilohertz, is the frequency of the human voice, so that didn't get changed. We're going to close this window, this parametric equalizer. Then we're going to go audio track 1. Rather than go through the menu, this time we're going to go to the effects rack panel. Okay, that panel is over here to the left. It's below the project panel, so we see the media browser, and here's the effect racks. I'm going to make this taller so we can see a little bit more of what's going on. Come on, work with me. There we go. All right, we're going to see several empty rows. So 1, 2, 3 through 10 are all empty right now. A number on the left and triangle icons over here on the right. These rows represent slots where audio effects would show up in a list. So click the first triangle icon and a menu is going to appear. From here we're going to choose the filter and EQ, and we're going to again go into the parametric equalizer. And for the default here, we're going to choose rap vocals, and look at how much different this curve is compared to the one we just applied to the music. So this preset is going to enhance the vocal range of audio frequencies by making subtle increases to those associated with the human voice, while reducing unwanted frequencies that are not the human voice. So anything going on in the background is going to be minimized. So we're going to then close that out. You can see that audio track 1 has this one effect applied to it. Then back here, we're going to come over and click on the master panel. And in the master track, this one right here, we're going to choose effects, and then amplitude and compression, and then we're going to choose the hard limiter. In our rack effect window, we can see it over here also, and here's the pop-up window that came with it. We're going to set the preset to be limit to a -1 decibel, and that's going to ensure that audio in the entire mix is at its maximum loudness without clipping or distortion. Again, how you know this, you read the book and you study sound mixing. This is nothing that I would expect you to know and jump into, but now that you know these basic steps and you can come back and reference this video, this may be helpful in future projects for you. So once we've done that and close this window, we're going to save our project in totality right now.